Apex Live Trading Room starts now.
All right, there we go. So you can see this is a longer term trend line going all the way back to March of 09, connected here to the pivot low from COVID. And then basically this is that trend line right here at 64.03. So we went over that the support area down here, this zone all the way down to 62.86, starting at 66.11 is going to be some very solid support, I'd say, on the chart of ALB.
Sorry guys, I just got filled. I'm long SOXS. I'm long SOXS, a 1/10 position, 1/10 position at $6.94. $6.94. I am long SOXS, 1/10 position, long on SOXS. Thank you for that. I'm gonna likely look for. I'm gonna stay conservative. I'm only gonna look for 7 cents, not the biggest move. 7 cents, so at least 701. I have my order to exit around 701 right now. My ad on this, okay, guys, my ad on this trade is likely to be around 7 cents lower, which should be 687. So 687 on an ad, right? Is that 7? And then for an exit around 701. So here's my spread. You guys see that? I'm gonna write my alerts.
Nice. Guys, I'll be right back.
Yep.
Sounds good, Doug. All right. Afternoon trading actions always appreciated. Very nice. Nice, Lon.
And I said earlier that I was gonna get out when Gareth gets out, so maybe this time I can. Maybe this time I can, huh?
All right, guys, I want to highlight too, this is one of the greatest features about being in the live day trading room. You see, and you're watching this amazing cockpit that we've got displayed. We've got a ton of info there for you. Right in the main area, obviously, is the screen where you do see our charts. You see Lawton's beautiful image there. You see myself too. But then over on the right-hand side, we have our open positions that it does show what we're currently trading, the closed positions of the day. You see we've already banked 4,600 bucks on the day. And then we have our leaderboard down at the bottom showing what each of our traders have done dependent upon the time frame in which you select. Then we have our stock watch list down at the very bottom of the screen too, alerting all the traders that are members here what we're targeting, what we're looking for, what stocks that are hot to us, ones that we would be interested in for taking trades. And then we also have the area over on the lower right-hand side that says send a message. And it's where our members can send questions to us, highlight different levels and stocks, or maybe ask questions regarding swing trading opportunities, particularly in the afternoon when we generally have less volume. Most of the volume and volatility is contained in the AM, but that doesn't mean we can't sneak out a nice day trade in the afternoon, as Gareth did so yesterday.
That's right. And let's make some money here on the stocks trade. Oh, there's an appearance. There he is. He materialized out of nowhere. That's crazy.
Amazing. I got food, so I'm gonna probably pop off a little bit in a few minutes just to eat a little bit, so you guys don't have to watch that. But but just wanted to come on and say what's up as we await the Fed in about 15 minutes. So it should be pretty exciting. I mean, I would guess there's going to be some movement, probably both ways. A lot of times you'll see initially either a pop and then followed by a drop, and then vice versa. So yeah, that's my hope with my Nvidia day trade here, is that we're basically around the flat line, just slightly out of the money, and if we can get a nice little flush, we might be able to get out of this for $1 profit pretty quickly. Maybe right on that announcement or within the first 20 minutes or so. So.
Yep, same with me, and no problem, Darnell. Just looking at DIN, you see this is $360 million company, has a head and shoulders pattern, on it. So I'd say bearish, but again, I'm not interested in trading something so small. We don't mind questions at all, but it's just telling you that it's hard for me to give you something on a company that's so small.
Believe it or not, Lawton, that company pays a dividend. I was looking through the financials.
I know they're the owner of Applebee's, apparently. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Apparently, but why is the valuation so low then? Market cap so low. I mean, they're down 80% from their highs, but still.
They have a ton of debt. I mean, not a mountain of debt, but enough debt. The PE is low, and then you have, you also have like their assets. They have more liabilities than their assets. They've had to. It looks like they've been financing a lot to stay afloat. Their cash from their operating activities is going down, and their revenue is generally falling, or kind of falling past couple of years. So out of favor. If you look at Irvis was asking about Nvidia. Let me show Nvidia real quick. Thanks.
Yep, your chart is up.
Thank you. So I use this to kind of the broader chart on the, let's say on the weekly, right? To just display. Now let's go with the daily. So anytime you have a move like this, it creates a trend line on the chart, right? And so generally the price can't just keep going up. It just can't, right? So people take profits and you get a fall. Same thing here. Here's another trend line, really kind of like right here. And the price just can't keep going up. Eventually that trend line breaks and goes down. Same thing over here, right? Going up almost vertically here. Not quite the same slope as here, but there's your drop. And then the same exact concept over here, right? So there's this euphoria in the markets now. It's, oh, the markets are going to run for the next several years. That might be the case, but most likely, just based on the last year, you will probably, year and a half, you'll probably have something like this, before the next move up. So I'd be more apt to short this than go long up here. This is the time to be going long after a big sell-off. The one thing that's kind of Nvidia is kind of a unicorn. If you look at their financials, like for a tech company, yeah, the PE ratio is pretty high. It's definitely overbought, but if you look through some of the fundamentals, they're just making so much revenue. Sorry, let me go back. Let me go back to the revenue and earnings on this. Like look at the exponential growth. So blue is revenue. So there's just exponential growth. Check this out, Drew. 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and then all of a sudden, boom, the revenue looks like it doubled there, and it looks like it doubled again.
Wow.
Which is pretty tough to do. You look at the yellow here, that's your net income, kind of like your EBITDA, right? And
yep.
the income, they just became wildly profitable here. They've essentially like tripled their income here and then doubled it here. So there's just a huge need for it. Their balance sheet looks pretty darn good. Look at all the assets compared to the liabilities. Just a lot of good tailwinds for Nvidia. I mean, they are pricey, very pricey here. Price to book's very high. So I still think that this trend line concept, plays out. The question is, how far does it go? We don't know.
Hey, just curious, Doc, if you could go back on that last screen where you had price to earnings, that PE ratio, and just curious what it was towards 2024, towards the end when we did see that last fall. Because I did see it was about a 50. Like we're currently at price to earnings ratio 56, and it looks like going into 24, it was still 51 into 23, and then look at that 116 and 22.
Yep. But I bet if you did the calculations, you know, like if you looked at the PE ratio back here, it's probably in the 20s. You know, which is for Nvidia to be picking up Nvidia at a PE of 25, let's say. Let me just ask ChatGPT, what was the PE ratio of Nvidia on April 7th, let's say? Was that the low? Let's see.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 2025. $37, 37, 35, somewhere in that area.
Okay.
So pretty low for a, you know, for the biggest growth company or tech company.
Sure. Especially with margins that they're getting on their chips, it's just incredible. And we saw a little crack of this when we had news coming out of China. Was it what, DeepSeek?
Yeah, what
DeepSeek
what was that exactly?
It's an AI that's supposed to rival the like ChatGPT, all that stuff.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Were you saying that there was news that came out today?
No. That's the one that fell that one day.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
The DeepSeek news.
Yeah, had big news come out that basically the AI was able to, basically the chips were just slashed exponentially in cost. And in essence, were as effective as the best chips that are out there. So, I mean, eventually that's going to come, right? Eventually, Nvidia is not going to be able to be capturing these large margins once the rest of the tech companies create a good competitor or a good competing chip.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just jump in and say that that's kind of the case, right? Is that, you know, they have like 60 to 70% margins. There's no business that can sustain that. And so, you know, you look at where it's valued, their growth is great, it's kind of top dog, but they have no competition right now. I mean, like you don't hear about the excitement over companies buying anything but the H100, the H22, whatever they are, you know. But at some point, all these other companies are trying to create chips that are going to essentially be comparable. And once that happens, then it's gonna be a price war, right? I mean, if they're all equal in terms of performance, then, you know, companies will buy the cheapest as long as it's the highest quality or in the same realm. So I think that's where the risk is on Nvidia for where it currently is trading.
Yeah, just like the saying goes, right? All great empires fall eventually, and Nvidia will have its day. So David asking about LRCX. So you have it up on the screen here. First thing I saw when I looked at this chart was a parallel. You know, whether it's here or whether it's, you know, here or here, it's probably, you can make the case this is maybe the valid parallel. You'll probably get some resistance in this area, and then you can just simply take a trend line. Maybe you take this trend line and say, you know, there's kind of secondary, tertiary resistance levels somewhere around, you know, you got double top here, somewhere around here or here. Should have a good short opportunity.
Stocks got up to 698, but again, we're looking for more. Yeah, exit's going to be around above 701. I'm assuming that that's going to happen around the Fed decision. So this might be a into Fed type thing.
Yep.
Same thing with Gareth. It's okay.
Yep. And one thing I just want to jump on, guys. So if you're in this trade with me on Nvidia, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out an order just above 180 to add to my position a 1/5. All right. So again, I will add to the position if it pops above 180, the even number Pierce. and I will add a 1/5 on the short side of Nvidia. And so if we do pop initially on the Fed, it could shoot this up, pierce 180. I want to get in, and then I want to look for that reversal back down. And Lawton, I assume you're adding every 10 cents?
No, I'm adding every 7.
Oh, you switched it up.
We're going 7 both ways right now on
All
this, just because you never know what's going to happen.
Sounds good.
Ronick saying, love going through fundamentals with you, Doc. Yeah, it's interesting to hear that discussion, Doc. Most definitely.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time working. I mean, I've always known kind of the PE ratio, the beta, the market cap, all that stuff, but I've really, dived deeper the last 2 years, and it's very helpful. So there's going to be a little bit of that in the swing trading course, and then there's going to be a lot of that in the long-term investing course. So,
yeah, I mean, you're great. You're using that cranium very well. Whenever you talk about fundamentals, I can hear your brain working. I can feel your brain waves all the way from over here.
Take a look at this on Nvidia, guys. You do have on the 1-minute chart, we do have a possible head and shoulders starting to form going into the Fed. If it breaks around the 178.95, you could get it to play out, which would basically take us down to about target. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Yep. And what I like about re-entering stocks here is saying that I'm going to get out when he gets out, when Gareth gets out. My average is now even better. So average is even better, and I'm in the money, and Gareth is slightly out of the money. So we should
let's rock and roll.
make some money. So let's rock and roll. Yeah, exactly.
And then, so just keep in mind, guys, the way this is structured, you get the Fed decision at 2 p.m., so 3 minutes away. And then at 2:30, you get the press conference. Oftentimes, the markets move more on the press conference than on the initial statement. Like, you'll get the initial pop or drop, but then it can quiet down for that 30 minutes, and then everyone waits to hear what Jerome Powell says, especially with all the attacks from Trump. It's going to be really interesting to see if he kind of sways towards confirming a rate cut in September, or kind of maybe pushing it off and saying the economy is doing fine right now. Certainly the economic data has been relatively good recently. Hard to think about cutting rates into that, but unless there's something we're not seeing, I think the underbelly is weak, but yeah, it's still hard to justify with inflation not down to 2% today, starting to cut rates. Nvidia's catching a little bit of a bid here going into the
Yep,
the
that's what I see
here.
on stocks too. Stocks is coming down a little bit. About break even.
Yep, got about a minute and a half to go. And usually what I found too with FOMCs, the first move's typically the wrong move. So we'll see if we get a surge or a plunge initially.
What's the consensus, guys? I haven't seen the kind of the latest. Is it that they will cut, or they're going to stay?
There's almost zero chance they're going to cut today.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
yep.
There's a 55.9% chance they're going to cut in September, but we'll see if that changes after this. I put up the 10-year on my screen here too, so we can watch the reaction of yields. That'll tell us a lot.
It's even actually going up now in September. I've seen it now. It's 60.9%.
Oh, it's inching up then.
Yeah, 97.9% chance that the rates are going to stay the same now. So we got a 2.1% chance that we will have a rate cut. Very minimal. 97.9. I'd take that grade in school anytime.
Yeah. All right, 30 seconds, guys.
Remember, guys, my add-on stocks is 687. Exit will be 701.
Let's see if we pop on Nvidia to pierce 180 to get an add, or if it heads down for $1 gain is what I'm looking on at target.
All right, here we go.
So far, not much. Nvidia pushing here a little bit. The negation of the head and shoulders would be at a break or a close above, well, even a break of 179.40. Yield's not moving at all. Let's go to the spiders here real quick.
Spiders pushing up slightly.
Slightly, yep. Look at that, and spiders. I mean, we'll see if it goes through, but high pivot to high pivot to high pivot right now, keeping it under wraps.
Yep. Straight to that pivot.
Yep.
Straight base or to that trend line. Wow, that trend line is still holding, folks. Interesting.
Yeah, Javier is saying no move from the Fed. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, stocks popping a little bit. We're in the money. I mean, but this is what we expected.
Yeah, this is a dud so far of an announcement in terms of volatility. So again,
698 perking up a little bit.
yep. See
Would
Nvidia
love to
starting
see
to come in.
Nvidia start to see. Yeah, you can see how closely aligned our trades are.
Seems like a nothing burger for the markets here. Everybody expected it.
Yep. So far, now it's all about
699.
J Powell.
Come on, I need 2 cents here. You can
Well,
hear my excited.
getting excited over there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys happen to see the video with, maybe I asked this last week, the video with Trump and Jay Powell and the Federal Reserve building there?
Yeah, I
Did you guys
saw
see
that. Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm out. 7:01. I just got filled. $7.01. I am out of SOXS for a 7-cent gain. There we go.
Here we go,
Stocks are
guys.
panicking.
Nice
My
work.
dad is downstairs. My family's downstairs waiting for me to pick them up. I'm like, Dad, listen,
Cool.
you don't understand what's happening right now.
Guys, look at where Nvidia went, right to the neckline of the head and shoulders, and got a bounce there. And let's look at the spiders. See this trend line right there? Boom, topped it out and pulling back, and it just shows you these lines are amazing. I mean, again, that's the support line was the neckline here. Now again, it triggers if it breaks that, the head and shoulders, and then here was your resistance line, and both worked out beautifully.
Wow,
Here,
great
check
job.
this out. Check this out, Gareth.
Let's see.
Check out the spiders.
Oh, that is a beauty.
Right? Look at that
is a
trend line.
beauty. Wow.
As above, so below.
Yep.
Incredible how price went straight to that trend line. But most importantly, look intraday. Okay, so this trend line, I took it from it. And you know what? I could probably still even go back further. I just took this the other day on July 24th. So this low pivot so far, this trend line is really attracting price with the spiders. And price is interacting with it, responding to it very well on each side. Now we'll see at 230. If we do then get a returning surge and push up higher to retest this trend line, what happens at that point? You notice we've hit it several times over the last couple of days on the upside.
All right. All right. So overall, this wouldn't be considered a big move on the markets. Let's be fair, right? So very, very muted response overall. In all fairness, markets are essentially where they were just 10, 15 minutes prior to the Fed decision. And then again, it just kicks it to 2:30 is the next big event when Jerome Powell starts to speak. We'll see which way the market goes. Needless to say, we're going to keep an eye on Nvidia's neckline here. That would be, so far, the head and shoulders is still valid, but it hasn't triggered yet. Triggered must be on a break here of the neckline. You can see it's rallying back up now as we speak here.
That's right, Matasim, no cuts yet.
Did the Fed watch tool change at all? Let me take a look here.
Just the one I'm seeing right now is not. Let me go to another site.
Let me see here. Nope, still estimated 59.8% chance of a cut in September. So far that hasn't changed, but with Jerome Powell talking, well, we should keep an eye on that. But it's still favoring, not quite a 2-to-1, but you know, basically 60% chance of a cut in September. September 17th is the next meeting, so it's about a month and a half, a little over a month and a half away.
What was your take, Gareth, on that interaction between Trump and Powell? I think everybody was really kind of shocked to see them together, you know?
Hang on 1 second, all right?
Sure.
Well, I think, you know, what my take on it was, though, Doc, and I know you didn't ask, but hey, I'll give it to you because I did watch that too.
Yeah.
You know what was good about it? Obviously, this president's got a background of construction, building projects, right? So it was, and he appreciated that, getting back into that element. He did say, and he stressed, hey, look, this project's gotten out of control as far as costs. And he said too, he's like, but that can happen. He's like, I know, I've had projects like this, it can happen. And then he went on saying before, he's like, but I also know how to build a building very cost effectively. And he started talking about how he bought the post office building in DC, basically knocked it all down into steel beams, and then rebuilt it and sold that hotel for over 220, or he rebuilt it for over 220 million, installed marble, etc. And he was trying to give an example like how that was an efficient, effective project. And this one is kind of just, it's gotten out of control with some of the decisions that were being made as far as like garage parking, especially with the water level line, how that creates so much of an increased cost. It really got out of hand fast. He's like, I'm not playing Monday morning quarterback. He's like, but there's other ways that could have been pursued to get it a little bit cheaper. He's like, we are where we are, and we just have to figure it out. And apparently, it's gone from 2.7 bill to 3.1 billion dollars for restoration. Yep. So,
that's interesting details that I didn't know actually about all the things they discussed, but I just saw the snippet and totally, yeah, he's a real estate developer, so he probably knows more than Powell does about developing real estate. So that's a good point. And I just thought it was interesting to see Powell just shaking his head, you know.
I know.
And just a very awkward.
I think that's what my take was too. More than anything, it was just kind of awkward, and you know, you could see that when Trump was reading off the cost, he was including things that Powell didn't think was included, and then Powell was trying to correct him, so it didn't come across. You know, it's just, I don't know. It's just, I think in general, it's a little humiliating for Powell probably to, you know, you have
totally.
it's like the president is coming to, you know, like dissect you. It's not even Federal Reserve like policy. It's literally building renovations, and yeah. So, anyways.
Absolutely. I mean, that's not his specialty, right? Like he doesn't know anything about that, or at least he shouldn't. I would assume.
That's what I think too. Is in general, like, you know, like he obviously probably went and got, you know, I'm assuming some reasonable people that know the business to kind of tell him what this was going to cost and why. And you know, that's not his specialty. I mean, you know, it's like when someone comes over to me, I could get a couple quotes, but I'm kind of at the mercy of what they tell me is wrong with my house.
Right.
But guys, so Nvidia's Head and Shoulders did fail. It just popped up, not high enough for me to add yet, but again, nice little pop on Nvidia there, surging to the upside. Markets again, barely any movement. A little bit of a kind of a whipsaw, but nothing really going on there. Oh, Nvidia coming in. I thought about adding at this line. Let me show you guys this trend line. Share my screen. Wow, you guys get me full screen. Look at that. There we go. So see this trend line right here? I was thinking about lowering and just filling right here, and I'm like, you know what? It's just not far enough away from my average entry price yet. But if it goes higher, yeah, you know, Pierce 180, I still will add. I think even I'll add a Pierce 180, I'll add a 2/5, guys. So just a little update there. Was originally going to be a 1/5, but it'll be a 2/5 add, a Pierce of 180. Okay. It's pushing up again. I'm kind of rooting, weirdly enough, I'm rooting for it to get up to 180 now. I'm like, all right, it's only, 30, 40 cents away. Let's get there so I can get my dollar cost average up, better size position, and then we can look for the rollover. Seeing what else is moving here. I'm just kind of scrolling through my watch lists on my other screens here. But really, I don't see anything of interest. I think the biggest things that continue to be an impression upon me, folks, is that basically any company that reports earnings, even if it's really, really good, the stock is opening higher and then selling off. A good example of this today was VRT, which is kind of in the same realm as, it's like a data center player. And you can see it's had an amazing run. Today it opened, went higher, and then sold off and is now flat on the day. And they had really, really, really good earnings. I mean, earnings, revenue, guidance, all of that. And then Boeing, which has had an impressive run, had great earnings. Look at the trend line. It opened up yesterday on earnings, boom, right to the downside. And so it's interesting. If you look at how many companies are beating earnings, I think it's about 75, 80% are beating on earnings, but only about maybe 20% are actually going up. And so that's a very interesting dichotomy, showing us that the valuations are getting too high to even support great earnings numbers. And I think that's just something that for myself, I'm kind of taking a mental note of. I always look at price action. Price action is truth, right? The stock, doesn't matter what we think of the earnings, were they great, were they stinky? It depends on what the stock does. And when the stock opens higher and then sees these sell-offs, like on Boeing, VRT, and some of these other ones, that to me is something that I have to pay attention to.
Yeah, you're right. It's been really interesting too. Like SoFi did it yesterday as well. The SoFi chart, nice pop up, went through $25.
That's
and then
a
look at it
topping
today.
tail and a half, man. That is a beauty.
Right? Filled the gap from the earnings today. Just gave it all up, even though it beat both on earnings per share and revenue. So you're right. These are peppered all through the charts. And really, what I've been kind of thinking about this too. My mom even reached out to me a couple of weeks ago when tariff news was front and center, and she was contemplating buying Christmas presents now. And how often have we said in the previous months that a lot of these companies or a lot of other purchasers are buying or front loading a lot of these purchases, with thus bloating the current earnings reports,
right?
With the uncertainty with the potential of tariffs. So the guidance has really been stripped on a lot of these earnings reports. Some companies, as Gareth has highlighted, some companies are still holding guidance and doing quite well, but a lot of them aren't giving guidance too. So they may beat, and the stock initially surges, but then starts selling off. So it's certainly a different type of earnings season this season.
Yeah, it really is.
And it makes sense. The markets have been up since the beginning of April with minimal pullbacks. So it's about time to hit that profit button.
I'm going to pull up the chart on the SPY. And just, when you think about the little nuances that Gareth was talking about, hey, I'm seeing these stocks pop at the open and then sell off throughout the rest of the day, and things that Drew was mentioning, you look at the charts and say, man, this is primed for a fall. Again, the largest, index in the world basically ran 32%. I think I read it's one of the steepest recoveries in stock market history, and I think since the 1950s was the quote there. So that's a big move, and obviously now we have this rising wedge, which is very bearish. And so what I'm starting to do is actually exit some of the longs that I'm in the money on, try to just keep a couple that I'm out of the money on, and start to enter shorts up here, because the likelihood is that we will break down here. Maybe I can catch 5-10% on a swing short, maybe 15%, exit those and just kind of reassess. But yeah, we're in a definitely overbought scenario here. There's no bearish divergence on the daily. On the weekly, there is huge bearish divergence. The type of bearish divergence that marks major market tops. But then again, we just don't know when that will be. So yeah, I'd keep an eye. This is a very simple trend line for everybody to draw, or wedge for everyone to draw. I would draw this on your chart, keep an eye on this, and we'll see what happens.
We got FCX is dumping out according to Christoph, and it is. You can see on the last two 10-minute candles, we actually have had some who's got the charts? There we go. Oops, sorry, Doc. You can see FCX coming straight down. If I flip over to the 10-minute chart, you can see really all that volatility occurred just since the FOMC. If I flip over to gold, gold has a little bit of volatility too since the FOMC. Just had a little fluctuation, not too much movement. DXY is starting to push up after the FOMC. So FCX. So looking at that, beautiful fall down. Let's see, 38.48 is an interesting gap fill down here. Now this stock's got a lot of gaps, so it's important to find the ones that are going to be a little more critical for the chart. And this one looks like one that would be great should price just continue flushing into it for potential day trade.
Maybe 38.45.
Yep.
There's a nice gap there.
Yep.
Also, I just want to say, not to toot my own horn, but look at this exit on SOX. It went to 702, but I don't know how many shares would have got filled there. This is pretty much a perfect exit.
Awesome, Lawton.
So, anyways, all right, back to what you're saying. I'm my re-entry into SOXS. Let me find a level. I would be interested if it dropped real quick. 689. I know it seems far away since it seems steep, but that's like I'd enter if JP says something that the market's like maybe 689. I'd enter a 1/10 long on SOXS. And if I get one more, then I can play the song, right?
I'd say so.
Definitely, man.
I was trying for that yesterday. Just didn't get it.
Yeah.
So are you thinking about entering that Freeport Macran if it gets down there, Drew?
Potentially, if it does real quick. Yep.
Nice.
So we'll be hopping off the mic in about 30 minutes. So I'm going to need that to happen sooner rather than later. And right now we're having price push up above $40. Notice where we have some pivots on the chart right here that where support has at least been caught right now. It didn't quite reach that gap fill. And flip over to the 1-minute chart, and you can see we even put in a 1-minute bottoming tail right here. Still bearish consolidation on the 1 minute. So still a decent shot of potentially moving back down there. Got some divergence here on the RSI, so that's implying stock is trying to get a bounce.
Yeah, there's a falling wedge that it's breaking out of as we speak. I'll show you.
Yeah,
you
let's
can
take
see
a look
that
at
right
it.
there. See that falling wedge?
Mm-hmm.
So VWAP's here, probably going to make it up to here before it. Then again, this is true. This is bearish right here. This is bearish.
Yeah, but that divergence and that breakout from that wedge is showing that this stock has hope for potentially going higher.
Yep.
At least at this level. But 38, that gap fill, folks, is 38.48. Would be interested in a 1/7 position to go long there if we do get a flush out. George is saying copper's down 16%. And we got 10 more minutes for the meeting. That meeting will be aired live, and also the markets will be updating and reflecting every one of those answers instantaneously. Travis saying 10-minute topping tail on Nvidia. Looks like FCX is starting to try to march its way up to that VWAP.
Drew, have you guys been using VWAP now that I'm not trading in the morning? You guys still using it?
Of course,
I know Love
Doc.
has.
Of course.
I don't know what that is. What is that? Yeah, what is that though?
Yeah, we love it, Doc. Yeah, we've got 1 minute charts here. We got some VWAPs going on. Ben's, you and Ben really honed in on that RSI, and Ben's really excelled with it too. We just help each other out. What can I say?
That's it. That's it. What's your next course, Drew? I know you mentioned you're doing some work on a course. What's your next course coming up here?
Yeah, I'm excited about this one too. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to start filming it. It's going to be a beginner trader series, and it's going to highlight how to trade swing trading, day trading, and also options trading, basically for newer traders. And that's something we don't really have here at Verified Investing. We have some great advanced methodology courses. We have some fantastic, and really anybody can learn and understand those too. But I found when I started, there was a lot of questions I had when I started doing this full time that I really didn't find good answers to, except for with me going through this problem and going through the situation. For example, learning about first in, first out, learning about wash sales, learning how to set up your accounts. If you're wanting to trade swing trading and day trading, what do you do? Do you have one account? Do you have two? Do you have three? Like all these unanswered kind of questions. Plus the basis. It's basically going to be a great foundation for anybody interested in trading and making this either a full-time hobby side gig, if you will, or a full-time job. This is going to be the foundation that's going to set you up for success. And so I'm really excited about it. I think a lot of people are going to have some huge benefits. There's some information I'm going to put in there that will help people avoid hitting these landmines, because I tell you, I've lost thousands of dollars by having some very simple errors, and one of which just nobody really told me to avoid. And so I want to try to help people avoid those mistakes, and so that's why I put together this course. I think it's going to, Gareth talks about it a lot with some of his other courses that I've taken and learned tremendously from, but he's talked about how it shortens the learning curve. Like you're either going to do one of two things in this market. You're either going to pay for education by going through companies like ours that put out great educational courses, or you're going to pay the market for your education. So you're going to pay one way or the other by learning how to trade. You might as well do so to stack yourself in the right position, shorten that learning curve, avoid big major mistakes, because ultimately in this game, it's all about time, right? I may make a mistake today, or I may have made a mistake yesterday, but I have a day today to make up for it. But how big of a mistake I make, how much time is it going to take for me to recoup those losses? You want to make sure you shorten all of that so that you start getting into the profit zone much faster. That will keep you around trading much longer. And also, who doesn't like winning in trades? So it's a lot of fun when you do that. So
and just one thing I would just like to pipe in about is, and I can verify this, is that what you pay for the education is probably about 1/100th of what I can verify that I lost figuring it out on my own. So I mean, it's you do have to pay one way or the other. The educational route is way cheaper, way cheaper.
Yes. And when I first heard that, I was like, is that true? But believe me, it is very true. And this FCX level, I'm not as intrigued on. We did get a bounce of almost about $1 up from the low. So I'm not as intrigued on this level on FCX at the moment.
There's got to be news on this. TradingView is usually pretty slow on the news feed, so gotta check my brokerage, see if there's any news on this, but it's probably pretty bad. if it's so weak here.
You know, one of the greatest parts about the education, Gareth, is that no matter where, you know, the course of your life takes you, no one can take away this education from you. You know, as long as you learn it, dedicate yourself, just like any profession or anything that you want to become good at, you have to practice. And if you have that dedication, all of a sudden it's like learning a new language. Then the charts start speaking differently to you. Your eyes become accustomed to finding the patterns, finding the setups, finding the support and resistance, and then it becomes second nature. And then it's just a lot of fun. So
It is. It really is. Yeah, it's pretty incredible as you start to, you start to find out that your eyes catch stuff, different pattern setups, and just things by just glancing at a chart, and all that translates into money that you're going to make. You know, you see a pattern that's a great setup. It's like, all right, well, now I can make some money on this.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, without a doubt. Educate yourself first and then trade. I wish I had done that. So if you look at President Trump, so FCX, you've got, they're talking about 50% universal tariffs on imports of semi-finished copper products. So this is probably what's going on.
Yep.
It has to do with these commodities and tariffs.
Oh yeah, look at this chart here. This is exactly what it is. Look at let me bring up my chart here. Holy cow. That's copper, guys. Look at copper collapse.
Yep.
That's I mean, that's from 560 to 450. Holy cow. That is a massive drop. 18% drop. I actually have a short in smart money commodities on this. Holy cow. Yes, I'll be taking profits. Thank you.
Ring that cashier button. And just to remind folks, I am not
Uh-huh.
interested in taking that day trade at the moment. We had a decent bounce. If you get the other traders here, if you guys want to take it, feel free. I'll be stepping off the mic here in about 15 minutes to get ready for trading the close.
Yeah, I'm not interested in taking that. But I mean, we got JP's comments in 3 minutes. So let's
Yep.
see if we can get some fun there, some action.
Yeah, I'm going to be tuning in, listening to Pal, so I'll be quiet for a little while, but I'll keep you guys updated if I hear anything that's kind of ground shattering.
Sounds good.
I'm sure we'll see it in the markets anyways.
FCX
All right,
continuing lower.
Nice. I just got out my alert to members of the commodity service, Smart Money Commodities, about the exit on CPER. Beautiful little gain right there, man. That's a gift. It's the positive and the negative of the president is he loves to do these things, and it can either cause a massive spike against you or for you.
Just have to be on the right side every time, right?
That's
Gareth?
all you got to do. Simple.
Nothing to it.
Yeah. I did initiate a short on oil today, though.
Yeah, I saw that was inching up, huh?
Yep. Went right up to the level that I talked about in the game plan this morning. Let Let me bring up my charts here. So you can see here, let me get rid of some of these other lines, but you see this bearish consolidation kind of thing, parallel lows to the high, and look at what we did today. Boom, right there. So again, doesn't mean it's going to stop right there. Maybe it goes up, but I have lots of ammunition to move if I need to. But my guess is you're going to pull back here, and eventually I think you break down on oil.
During the next recession.
Yeah, or just any sort of weak economic news. Right now, I don't think any price action is pricing in a recession for stocks or for commodities for the most part. Maybe gold partially, but you know, for the most part, you get a recession in the U.S. and oil's probably going to $50 a barrel.
Not sure if you saw that article. I don't know if this was in a. Let's see if I can pull the article. It was in a smaller. I think it was Motley Fool, or no, this was Yahoo Finance. So there was an article in Yahoo Finance. That's the title is, "This is officially the third priciest stock market in over 150 years."
Wow.
Now I think that's based on the Shiller PE ratio, and versus the kind of the general PE ratio of the S&P. So anytime the Shiller PE ratio has been, I think it's around 39, then there's an inevitable fall. So it's definitely some interesting statistics to keep an eye on. This is one of the priciest stock markets dating back to 1871.
Wow. Guys, S&P is pushing up, trying to break above this upsloping trend line. Keep an eye on this here. Again, Nvidia is still not up to 180 Pierce, which is where I'm going to add a 2/5 to the short position, but maybe we get one more push and get it there.
Look at that trend line holding its strength, pushing price back down.
Yep.
I'm going to tune in and listen to Powell here, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, silver having a decent drop, putting in a new low this afternoon with the FOMC. Now trading at 37.46. Got silver trading in a really cool, it's almost a parallel channel. Here, I'll flip it to my screen real quick. Check this out, Gareth. So got this, basically these pivots holding price on the bottom side. Then this inclining trend line right here where price stopped most recently on the move up with silver. But notice, I'm not sure if I showed you this, but notice this awkwardly shaped inverse head and shoulders pattern right here, with this being the neckline, this trend line declining right here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Right there. Had a measured move up here.
Wow.
Yeah, it was incredible. I started doing trading the close right around, what was it, right around April, I want to say. And so we've been charting this, and ever since price came up and came down, I'm like, wait a second. I was like, guys, when price was down here, I was like, this is shaping up to be a substantial move on silver. And so I've been calling that for the past, several months. And then now we've got price retreating. It should likely come back down into this zone. This area will be decent support. And then if this fails, we then have this longer term trend line that will likely then catch price too. So silver's got some decent areas right here where for those not involved with silver yet, these are some interesting places to potentially get into silver.
Yeah, I've been eyeing that 34.50 to 75 area, that lower support is my potential retrace entry on it.
Perfect. Yeah, that aligns right here too.
Yep.
This like pivot area, this pivot area.
It actually goes back further. If you zoom out a little, you see that is the same marker. Yeah, right there. A little lower, but yeah, right in that vicinity.
Yep. Right there, 34.50. I see. Still a great chart there on silver. Decent fall though today. Flip over. We looked at the dollar. Yeah, dollar looking at nicely pushing up. This too has an inverse head and shoulders pattern on it. Major move potential up here to 101.41. You already checked out the 10-year, right? Ten-year not doing too much. Let's zoom in further on the 10. All right, so here we are. So we were kind of trending down before, then we had a little plunge, little pop, then continued plunge on the 10-year. Okay, so 10 years coming in. Markets started pushing higher. Look at that. This trend line finally broke. So notice this too, folks. When we came to the downside, moved up, hit it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times.
Oh, I didn't get a lady in there after the third one. Sorry. I was just a second too late. You didn't get that? You said once, twice, 3 times. A lady? No.
Oh, I was like, wait a second.
But you said 4. You before I could flip my mic down and say it, you said 4, and I'm like, oh, damn it.
I'm just like, is he on a phone call? Like, what's going on?
I'm just eating here, so that's why I'm not on camera too. I'm just going, putting on my mic, muting myself, eating a little, and coming back on.
You're right. Once, twice, 3 times a lady, and then whoops, Drew's too quick and can't stop talking. Here's the 4th hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, still remarkable, folks. Now, even this, look at this, guys. Look at it come right back in.
Wow, that's amazing. And Nvidia got within about 20 cents of my ad, guys, and is now dumping out 50 cents lower. Oh,
jeez,
yeah.
Doc, update, sir. What's going on? What did
I'm
JP
just looking
say?
at stocks too.
Did you just get fired?
No, it popped up. It popped up. So.
All right.
Well, current price action is going to hold this 10-minute topping tail in place. It's got 2 minutes and 45 seconds for that candle to close.
62% chance now of a Fed cut in September. That's up a little bit from when I last mentioned it, when it was 59 and change percent.
It appears Dr. B physically traveled to the FOMC meeting.
Yeah, he got in his self-driving Tesla and it's took him there.
Physically there.
Ooh, look at this whippy price action on the spiders. Let's flip to the one. Oops. One on Nvidia, one on the spiders. Look at that.
I would love nothing more than to see a dump out this afternoon, pay us out on Nvidia, and then I would have liked to have added there like we were talking about. But
dang,
that would have been nice.
SOX is popping. Didn't come to our entry of 689. Dang.
Now Nvidia's pushing back up again, so SOX may come down. We'll see.
I'll change my entry.
693. I'm guessing. What is it?
No.
What?
It's 693.
Oh, there we go.
How did he know that?
I just know things.
Guys, how did he know that?
It's that microchip.
Microchip, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, 693, 1/10 long on SOXS, and then I'll play the Soxy song if it comes there.
This is a critical 10-minute candle right here on the spiders. What a fake out breakout right here. 59, 58 seconds left in this candle.
Steve Leishman and Jerome Powell just exchanging comments here.
Anything of interest? Or are they just saying, hey, what's up?
Well, I don't know. The markets are selling right now.
Yeah, markets are selling.
I saw that drop. Man,
the overall summary is that inflation still is a little higher than the goal. The labor market's still strong, but spending has moderated. So let me listen in here.
Okay, so maybe that inflation being stickier causes this whippy action. Alan saying Fed rate still projected to go down to 3.9% by the end of this year, same as we projected in March. Alan saying PCE 2.6%, Fed's median projection going forward 3% doesn't favor rate reduction.
Good point. Yeah.
There we
And
go.
this is honestly, this has always been my biggest fear, is that, if you start to cut too early, does it then, I mean, let's say we're at 3% or 3.2 or 3.5. I mean, where's the next peak of inflation, right? I mean, if you're cutting rates, unless we're in a pretty bad recession, you're not going to see inflation probably go down. And so again, you're now starting. So the previously that we saw the spike in inflation was like at 1-2%. And so, all right, it ran up to 9% at its high, but now you're starting from a baseline of 3 and change, so they got to be real careful here.
Yeah, I saw mortgage applications are declining. That could be it certainly could kickstart that sector. No doubt about it. If we start cutting rates, more people are going to be interested in getting housing. But you're right, Gareth. Then that brings more buyers to the market, which is inflationary.
Cheaper money. All right,
So-
stocks. Let's go, baby. Keep running.
Yeah.
I know you're not in, but
S&P
we're
is falling.
basically all in as swing traders. Right?
Yeah, we're all in stocks as a swing trade. Alan said Powell said it takes time for tariffs to work their way through to consumer prices. Many, if not all, companies expect to pass increased costs to the consumer. Best course of action is to hold rates and see what happens.
That doesn't sound promising for September, frankly.
I know.
Let me see what the Fed Watch tool says now here. 61.8%. Yeah, 61. So it's constantly changing, but 61.8. So it's down just a fraction. It still is favoring. So they're still saying, hey, listen, September's 6+ weeks away. And I guess we'll know tomorrow with the labor market. I mean, not tomorrow. PCE is tomorrow, and then jobs is on Friday.
I see that too. There's a 1.3% chance of a cut down to 3.75.
Oh.
Telling me there's a chance.
What did Bitcoin do here? Let's see. So it looks like it sold off a little bit, not much. A small downtick. Still within that sideways chop that it's been in for now. 16 days since the topping tail. Very tight range on Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's really become quite a boring chart over the last few weeks.
Yeah, it really is. All right, Nvidia pushing up again. We're about 30 cents away from my ad. $0.20 away. Come on. Stocks right back down. Are you still out at 693?
It is 693. $6.93 will be a 1/10 long.
Ooh, so you mean basically if Nvidia pushes up to fill me, it should fill you, and then we'll go together. I like it.
Yes, precisely.
It's like tag team in the slide.
Yeah.
And of course Lawton's gonna hold until you exit.
I'm exiting at end of day regardless. So yeah. So.
Oh, I don't like that. Don't like that.
Look at this parallel on Nvidia here that it's stuck in on the 10-minute chart. Just need to see one push up into this line, pierce that even number to get filled.
That's tight and orderly right there.
Mm-hmm.
One of the interesting things that Powell just said, he said, while the labor market is strong, the supply and demand is staying matched and showing some possibility of downside risk. So he said, the thing really we should be watching is the unemployment rate right now, which is actually historically low. It's around 4.1%. And as we know, as soon as we see that number start to spike, the market will likely get spooked, and sell off. So that should be a main thing we're looking at is, hey, what's the unemployment number in this data? So
awesome. Thank you, Doc. All right, guys. With that being said, I'm going to step off the mic and get ready for trading the close. Benjamin Poole, I see you here. Welcome aboard, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys. These guys will take you
See
into
you
the
later,
close,
buddy.
and I will be back tomorrow morning. You guys
adios,
take care.
amigo.
Adios.
Good.
Wow, TER, Teradyne. Go ahead and share my charts. Gareth's got his on. Oh, I guess it's just me on the screens right now. Well, hey, welcome everybody.
I'll be back on in a second. Just having another bite.
No worries. Yeah, that's all good. Let me go ahead and share my Teradyne.
Yeah, I'll join with the camera every so often, Ben. What do you think?
Well, I mean,
Dude, we love seeing you, man.
I love seeing you guys.
Only if you're wearing your lab coat, though. Your
your
doctor's coat.
There we go.
You know, I actually didn't wear that too much in the ER because you're running around so much and you're getting blood everywhere, and just you'd have to clean it every day. So anyway, I would roll my sleeves up and get to work.
I think I screwed up the layout. There we go. That's fine. Whatever. Oh, geez. Lawton's. Anyway, here's a nice upslope trend line on Teradyne. Had a great fall from earlier this morning. Let's get rid of that VWAP. Nobody knows what that means. It went and retested the pivot high from earlier this morning. It was a great run. It was up over 20% on the day. Right into this gap fill, got this nice sell-off. And then broke this upsloping trend line. And now it's continuing to fall. I don't really have a trade on it. I just thought this was a very interesting chart. Great pullback, nice float up, chopping around this upsloping trend line before an additional pullback.
Nvidia got within about 10 to 15 cents of filling me there, folks. We'll see if it makes one more push up.
Lawton's going to be so mad at us. It's like, what are you doing with that layout?
I think if we remove ourselves, so remove your camera, take your camera offline.
Okay.
And then let's go back to this layout. Let me puff up full screen. And now let me add my chart. Let's see. Why is it not letting? Oh, let me take away yours. All right, now you add yours back. There we go.
There we go. All right. So Gareth's got it. All right. We don't need Lawton. Jake saying Luke Skywalker is in the house. That's right. May the force be with you.
Oh, I'm so frustrated. I really wanted to get added to on Nvidia there, and now I'm seeing the stocks starting to move, which tells me their semis are starting to sell, and we might see Nvidia come in.
Man, this HIMS chart is still looking pretty good. All right, here's the chart of HIMS. Oh, is that a possible 10-minute topping tail? How much?
It is. Let's see where, in 1 minute. 1 minute. Well, now it's not.
Oh, all right.
This HIMS chart on the weekly looks bullish, actually, Ben. Looks like it's consolidating. Is that what you were going to say?
No, I was thinking looking oversold.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
overbought.
Stocks came 1 penny from my entry, around maybe 1.5.
You'd be out right now, too.
I would have been out. I would have been out. Would I have? Yes, I would have.
Yeah, 7 cents, right? If you're doing the 7-cent rule.
Yeah. Yep. 7-cent rule on a $7 stock.
It didn't hit your level?
No,
Nah.
693.
Oh.
I took it earlier. I already traded again, Ben. For the
Well, how many
time?
times? You can only trade it twice.
He wanted the song to play. He had to do it one more time.
He's on fire.
No, not that one. The Soxy song. Well, actually, I don't know if we came up with rules for Soxy. but it's just a Soxy song.
Too sexy for my shirt.
I didn't play that. I didn't play that. All right, I gotta turn that off.
Wasn't me.
Oh, look at Sox push now.
Dude, look at Nvidia come in. Oh,
Oh,
We
this
would-
gotta be news. S&P,
If-
ooh, downer.
if we
Yeah.
had got our fill there, we would be in the money right now on Nvidia. Dang it.
All right, Dr. B, live from the FOMC meeting. Talk to me. What's new?
Yeah, looks like the S&P's flipped negative here. So
Okay, we see that. I'm asking what
We wanna
did
know
JP
why.
say? What did JP say?
Captain Obvious to the rescue. Just kidding, Dr. B. I
not.
love
Tell
you,
us
man.
what happened.
I actually have it paused here, so let me see if I can
Ugh,
see what's the
oh,
latest.
brother.
So here's Lawton giving you grief, and he's not even finding out the information. He's relying on you.
Tariff inflation process will be lower than expected, Powell said. Is that enough?
You know, Alan brought up a good point earlier. He said that PCE.
Wait, Powell doesn't see fiscal bill as particularly stimulative. That's what he said.
I don't think that's much of anything either.
Well, it might be what Alan's saying here. He's saying the PCE is 2.6%, which is the Fed's preferred gauge for inflation. The Fed's median projection going forward is 3%. That doesn't favor a rate reduction if their goal is 2%. So, of course, he's saying that he needs to see how it plays out. But, yeah, I mean, I think that inflation's sticky. That's the summary. Gareth, are you back in North Carolina?
No, still here. I'm going to head to Oregon this weekend, and then I'll be there for a week, and then back to North Carolina, and then back here. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time to get out of Florida with all these heat warnings and
Oh, it is brutal here, man.
Brutal,
It's
man.
so humid. So on Nvidia, guys, what we're looking for, we need a break of the channel here. If we can get a break of the channel, we should get in the money. But again, got to break the channel. This has been the trend, which is actually a pretty low volatility move on Nvidia. From the low to the high, it was only about $1.70, and that's over the course of about, what, 3 hours or so. But if we can get the markets to continue to sell, we should get Nvidia to break down here.
just want to show you guys this chart on FCX. So remember we talked about this bear flag. We talked about the breakout of the wedge. And we said, yeah, but this is bearish here. And so you have a bear flag after a down move. And there's the move down, retrace, and then it kind of broke this support area here, and now just boom. So yeah, I'm not really seeing a trade on this. But just interesting to see how the bear flag played out there. This is bullish formation here on HIMS on the 1 minute. So everybody should know what pattern, what type of pattern this is. I've kind of drilled this into your heads at this point. So this is a bullish pattern on HIMS. When we get to the end of this, descending triangle here, we should make a move.
Guys, if no one else and the traders want it, I will take Freeport McMoran at that gap fill if it comes down in the next 10 minutes. FCX, yeah. There's a gap fill there. It's a beauty.
I know. Are you talking about the 38.45 one?
Yeah, 38. Basically, appears to 38.50 would do it. You just don't want to see it bounce here ahead of that, but If it goes straight down, that's actually a really good level. That's a big drop.
Oh,
It is
we
big
don't
gap
want to give
fill.
it to him. Don't want to give it to him, Ben.
Don't look at me.
Well, it may not even get there, but you guys are more than welcome to grab it if you want. What? Grab it.
I don't want him to get another.
Little bear flag forming right here
Hey.
on the 1 minute. We just need that one flush down. Boom.
I don't want him getting another winner.
Oh, he'll be all right.
I think everyone will be okay. Yeah. Ben, are you eating those fries I gave you?
Yeah, that's why I'm not on camera.
Oh, okay, nice, good. I just want to make
What
sure someone eats them.
What did you eat for lunch? What did
I
you
got
get for
Greek.
lunch?
I got Greek salad and then chicken wrap with some fries. It was delicious.
What's your position size on a Pierce of that 3850?
1/7.
Oh, I would have done a 1/5, but that's fine.
Okay,
All right,
Nancy,
Ben wants to do it then.
Nancy, listen to this. 43 seconds ago, Speaker Nancy Pelosi issued a statement saying that she supports the Senate stock trading ban. Incredible. That's incredible. Wow.
Well, let's be fair. In my personal opinion, a stock trading ban by the actual senators or Congress isn't anything big, right? Because all you do is you open it in your husband's name or your cousin's name, and you just do it anyways. So I'm just saying.
But
look at stocks. Look at stocks there.
I know. Don't. I'm not looking at it. I don't want to talk about it.
Ooh, look at Nvidia. We just got back to our break even there. All right, here we
this
go.
thing
Look
is
at that red
taking off.
candle.
Oh,
Guys, I'm not going to look
brother.
for a ton here. I was originally looking for $1, but in reality, this is already a big fall, so I don't want to get too crazy over it. I will look for about 178.25, maybe a Pierce of 178.25. That's this low pivot. If we get there, I will grab the money and run. But great sell-off on Nvidia. There we go. Oh, I was this like, I know you guys tuning in, you understand trading, and most of you guys trade. But man, when it comes that close to getting you, and then you see this drop, where I would have had a 4/5 position, almost a full position, we'd be up probably $2,000 right now. But that's part of trading, man. Sometimes it doesn't get to your level.
Yulia finally took 14 cents on stocks. Congratulations. Good job.
Nice.
Let's see what else. Other news we have.
You scared me, Dr. B. You said I was looking at shorting hymns.
Well, I mean, like on the, well, I just think, yeah. I mean, that's what the chart patterns are saying, right? It's like, just because they say that doesn't mean that they'll play out that way.
Yeah.
I don't truly believe you get scared, Ben.
No.
Look at the EWZ.
EWZ, let's take a look. Oh, wow. Yeah, great pop. Something positive with Brazil, I'm assuming. How's Freeport doing here?
I think I saw 50% tariffs on Brazil today. Is that what I saw? You guys see that?
But look at the fall. The crazy pop up, and then now pretty steep
coming back
fall
in.
here.
Yeah, it's still holding a decent amount, but yeah, it is coming in. All right, guys, I am out of Nvidia here at 178.21, 178.21. Right into that level. It's even going a little bit lower, but we'll take it.
Oh, I should have held it until Gareth got up.
Look at that drop.
What am I doing?
All right.
I know.
We're trying to figure that out. We're trying to figure it out, Lawton.
Lawton? You mean Drew?
No, you said I should have held. What am I doing?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, glad I could turn that into a win, guys. I was getting a little worried just because of the lack of volatility. But listen, even though we didn't get added to that, we didn't get that ad. It still turned out pretty nice. Oh, so far nothing on Freeport. It hasn't gone low enough, so no entry there. Wow, look at stocks go.
S&P,
Yeah.
just bringing everything down. It's down 0.5% now, just nosediving here.
Holy cow.
Wow. Fortunately, that's good for GEV as well.
Oh, god dang it.
Go
Camille took
GEV.
20 cents on SOX.
What?
Oh, God.
Well, it was Camille. How many times did you trade it though? Because
I traded it twice.
yeah, you almost got in 3 times, but Camille likes to like hold it for extended time frames. So
He does.
Yeah.
so does it? I mean, you would still made more because would you make 18 cents on that thing overall?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I don't even, not even registering what you're thinking.
You got to just move on, right? Move on.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, my brain is just not.
Braining.
No, it's not.
It's all good, man. Hey, you killed it though.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, look at Robin Hood's dumped out here nicely. A lot of good sell-offs.
Crypto selling off too.
Wow, look at Bitcoin. It's back under
Yeah.
16,000.
Whoa.
Dude, I knew it was going to fall. I've been shorting this for the past couple of weeks with the service. And I was like, dude, it's going to fall. It's going to fall. And I was like, all right, whatever. Let's short something else. It's okay.
I have a short on Pudgy Penguins, and I'm in the money pretty nicely here, but I'm going to hold it for even more. Good old Pudgy
Penguins?
Yeah, Pudgy Penguins.
Yeah, seriously.
It was in the top, like, I only trade the top 50, and it got in the top 50 in by market cap.
It's ridiculous.
It's okay. I'm. Dang. Okay. Camille says I only held once. Okay. All right. Well. Ahmad says, Lawton, you're upset over not straying from your successful strategy? Question mark. All right, dude.
I know $2,200. That's not a lot. I mean, it's nothing to scoff at.
Yeah.
All right. All right, dude.
Is that the mic drop moment? Okay, yeah.
There's nothing for me to
Boom.
say.
VXX popping green up 43 cents. Let's look at the S&P here. Oh, I love it on the S&P, guys. I've been warning people the price action in the last few days has been really bearish. Whenever you gap up like you did the last 2 trading days and you give it up, especially when we've broken underneath this wedge here, it's telling you. I mean, if this was a day trade setup, we'd be shorting on into this. It's a beauty. Nvidia went a little lower, guys, but overall it's bouncing back above our exit, so that's good. Now I would reshort this 179.25 if it goes straight up there, bottom of the parallel.
Yeah, honestly, I just exited out of most of my swing longs, kind of mid drop, just because this is with that rising wedge on the S&P. I think we have a couple weeks of downside. And at this point, some shorts are looking very, very interesting.
How about FCX? Gareth, thoughts?
Let me take a look again.
It's just sitting there in that sideways consolidation.
Yeah, that's a little
the
concerning.
bear flag. Yeah, I think it's going to flush.
That's the thing. It falls and then puts in a bear flag. Falls, bear flag. So.
But
what if this time it puts in a bear flag then goes up?
I'll still take it. Pierce of 38.50. I'll still do it.
And check
Again,
this
we'll
out.
just go 1/7. Nothing crazy.
There is a nice falling wedge here. So maybe if you have a quick.
There is.
For those of you that are new, Dr. B, he can find a
this
wedge in
guy, there's a wedge.
Guys, there's no other pattern here. This is a wedge. That's it. There's nothing else.
That's also a bear flag. Isn't
yeah.
it?
Yep.
Okay. There's another pattern.
But other than that, that's all that's there.
There's no other patterns.
Well, if you go to the bigger time frame now.
If you go to the 2 minute,
there's a gap fill. Yeah.
You go to the 2 minute time frame.
Yeah, here's your gap fill right here. Right here, I think. Yep.
I will say it does have a pretty nice wedge pattern, though.
Yeah, it is actually pretty nice. Come on, markets, get another leg down. Let's go.
That's the buy zone right there.
Oh, and we have earnings after the bell, too.
Microsoft, yep. Meta. Qualcomm's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we want to see that fall.
Check this out. So you've got the S&P overbought. So S&P is overbought right here in this rising wedge breaking down. We just talked about this like an hour ago. And you have Microsoft right here at major resistance. I think it's time to short Microsoft here.
I agree.
Yep.
It's a good idea. I should put that out in my ETF service.
I think you already did, didn't you?
MSFD. I sure did.
Nice.
I mean, it's got earnings. The way that this thing is so overextended, and just like that upswing trend line.
Oh,
create a
you
wedge
guys
off of that
like
thing, and then all of a
gambling.
sudden, it was a 1% of our portfolio. I don't know if that would be considered gambling. I mean, if that's what you want to call it, fine.
I like it, man. I mean, it's such an extended chart, such a beautifully extended chart.
I mean, I'm only looking for a 40-50% move down.
Okay,
I'm just kidding.
Liberation Day 2 is coming. I heard.
There you go. Yeah,
He called me. Trump called me. He messaged.
We're gonna wait for the tweets. Like, all right, time.
No,
to exit
he
the
sent me
market.
he told me on over Telegram that he has a special. He just wants to let me know, and just me, but I have to buy into this coin first. But it's gonna 1000x. Yep. No, you
Is
guys.
it the Don
never heard of
Jr.
that?
coin?
It's called the Ding Dong
The
coin.
Ding Dong.
The Ding Dong coin.
My gosh. Yeah, Bitcoin is about to get into some support. Here, let me show my charts. Okay. Just got to figure out who's got the charts. All right. So you've got this upswing trend line that connects this
Yes,
high,
FCX is a long. Yes.
this high, this high. Price action got extended above it. So when it comes back in, as you can see, it's already acted support once. So it gets back into 15,419, and you're going to have some support again. Starts breaking that, then it's likely to retest this upswing trend line. Connects the lows from 74,000. The lows right here at 98,000. So if it comes back in, most likely 112,000. That's going to be your next level of support if you can break this upswing trend line. Angie said, will you also be invited to a dinner with Trump so he can ignore you and barely shake your hand?
No, listen, you guys don't understand. It's about the connections you make, right?
I'm missing something. I don't really get that reference.
Yeah.
There was a supposedly the people that bought his meme, the biggest buyers of his meme coin. There was a special dinner, I think, at the White House, and
no, it was a
people that went
Mar-a-Lago,
to it,
I think.
yeah, wherever it was, the people that went to it were like, he basically ignored us and didn't talk to us the entire time.
Well, yeah, because I was gonna say they got his money. I mean, he gets his money. What?
Yeah, I mean, what did you expect when you buy a meme coin, a crap coin?
Yeah, you expect the president of the United States to sit down one-on-one and want to hear all your different business ideas that you're probably going to try and sell him on, or your policy ideas?
Well, but I think the point is they thought by investing a lot in his meme coin, I think they thought they were buying time with him, and that's and I'm not saying that that's what it was, but that's what they thought, and obviously they were wrong.
Obviously.
I don't feel too bad for them, frankly.
No. Wow, look at STLA, Stellantis. Thing just keeps getting crushed. It's down 6.73%.
Wow.
This looked bullish. You've got this down sloping trend line that it broke. It's a pretty big down sloping trend line, major from May of 2024. Finally broke out, confirmed. Now it's just getting slammed. Your
Guys,
next...
sorry, Freeport Macmoran's taking too long here, guys. I just canceled my order. I'm not to say that I won't put it back up if it starts to look better, but right now I just don't like it enough, so canceled my order for now.
Damn cancel culture.
And that GEV had a pretty good sell, but then bouncing now. Decent 1% sell there. Yep. Nvidia coming up for a reshort.
Let's take a look.
I don't know.
No, it's also go to 179.30 basically now.
Yeah, that's
Still 50 cents away about.
Where did you get out?
178.21.
Oh, okay.
Oh, guys, it is coming up here. All right, I'll play ball if it gets to 179.33.
Oh, it's gonna get there.
I hope so.
my entry on SOX is 695.
695.
So this is the technical reason right here, guys. It would be a retrace to this trend line if it gets there.
You know, it's too bad that the FOMC meeting isn't at like 10:30 or 11 a.m. because what happens is you get in, you know, you've got this volatility later in the day, but you only have an hour, hour and a half on the clock. So, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't know. Sometimes we can get enough volatility throughout the morning session. I don't know that we need more. I'm serious, man. I mean, especially if we're targeting like support and resistance levels, and then all of a sudden you get this mean tweet going back and forth, and you're.
It would be cool if you had the
trade
morning
goes
session and
against
then
you.
like things die down for 20 minutes, and then at 11 a.m. they have the meeting, and then boom, before you know it,
Yep.
back to it.
Absolutely. That would be fantastic. Ooh, this HIMS chart is now putting in a beautiful bull flag. Now it favors a move to the upside. Wow, SOX is coming right back in.
695 is my entry. You
And
know
guys,
it, I know it.
My position size will be a 1/3.
Oof. You sure you don't want to go bigger?
That gives me a little maneuverability, but if we get a 50-cent pullback, that'll be fine too. Come on. Pierce of 179.30, guys, is what I'm looking for here. Just hit 179.25. Let's see if it can actually hit my level.
75.
Does that mean I should go bigger too? Position size?
I mean, that's up to you, man. It's up to you. Didn't get filled yet. Come on, come on.
This is what addiction looks like.
Yeah, seriously. You gotta be kidding me. Come on. I said a pierce of 179.30, not exactly to 179.30.
You weren't very specific, Gareth. It was a 75% Fibonacci retracement at 179.31 from that the high to the pivot low where you got out.
And look, you just put in a 1 minute topping tail right there. Even though it's not the high of the chart, but still candle formation wise.
Oh, it's a nice wedge pattern forming on the Nvidia chart.
You see that, Dr. B?
I thought that would spark his attention.
No, I told you he's busy. He bought like 1,000 JP coins, Jerome Powell coins. Unfortunately, and he thinks he's getting a one-on-one meeting. Unfortunately, he doesn't know that it was made by somebody overseas.
JP is just going to ignore him anyways and not talk to him.
Yeah, he bought it for the JP to meet the JP in our chat instead of Jerome Powell. He got scammed.
Scammed.
Good job, JP. Yeah. Well, you got one. You got one, sucker. With all caps on and everything, JP. Wow. All right. There you go.
Man, Gareth came so close on Nvidia there to your level, 2 cents away, huh?
I know, man. I know.
Jeez.
Dr. B, you see that amazing wedge formation on Nvidia?
What do you mean on the
On the
upside,
1 minute.
or what do you mean?
On the
Show
1
me
minute.
on your chart.
Oh, I didn't have it up. I was just asking.
I don't really see one, right? I mean, you could call. No, I don't really see it, man.
All right, Ben, show him.
Oh,
Look at this. I put Ben's charts up.
all right. Here we go. Look at this. It's a thing of beauty.
It's okay, Dr. B. You'll get there one day if you study wedges more.
All right. I like it. I like it. Cool.
You're not going to lie. That wedge is disappointing, Ben.
No, look at
I'm
it.
with
It's
Dr. B
pierced,
here.
pierced. Look at this. Kissed. Finally broke. And now, if it retraces, scene of the crime, it's going to fall.
All right, let's do it because I still have my order out there, but I'm getting a little annoyed.
Anxious, annoyed.
Well, yeah. I mean, because it's basically fallen the 50 cents I was looking for.
This is why this low pivot right here.
No, I know, or the one I have, which is it did also kiss that level.
No, only my levels work, Gareth. Oh, there's okay.
Chin says that JP says we have made no decision about September. Okay. Angie says the buy dippers are still out in full force. As soon as they get the memo, this could get ugly. That's true, but the buy the dippers have been buying the dip for like a long time now. Really long time. But I agree.
Look at that fall. See, they all heard. I think they front ran you, Gareth.
I know. I'm getting used to it.
Oh, we have because we have.
Listen,
there's the target. There's the target hit that I was looking for, 50 cents, folks. So, on that note, I'm gonna sign off, and because we got earnings trade in about 30 minutes here. This is how I'm feeling right now.
Well, hit third. Yeah. 30. Wow, hit it to the penny.
Hey, at least you don't have at least you don't have kidney stone pain anymore, right?
Thank God, man.
Wait, did you pass it?
No, but I mean, it doesn't hurt anymore. So we're going to go with that. I mean, I could have passed it. I don't know anymore. I mean, what am I supposed to look at every P I take?
Yes. No, literally, you are supposed to. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to.
Well, technically,
it's basically impossible.
You should strain your urine.
That's what I
you
do.
you can see what type of stone it is, and that can help you. Yeah, decrease.
But I mean, I guess my point is I didn't bring a strainer to work, and like go in the bathroom in the urinal and try to, like I'm just not going to do that. So.
Well, you could have gone in the stall. I mean.
Yeah, but it's still, then you're peeing into something. What am I going to do with that? Bring a bag and put it in there because it's got pee on and I mean, it's just no. You know what? My body will do its thing. It will naturally get rid of it. We're going to go with that.
I agree with you, Gareth. You'll be all right.
Thanks. See, the doctor agrees, so I'm right.
No big deal.
All right, guys.
All right, guys.
I will talk to you later. For those of you that are an earnings trader, we'll see you then. Otherwise, these guys will take you through. Take care.
See you later.
Yeah, see you later.
Dude. All right. Well, thank you for that. Dr. B, we're talking about auctioning off his kidney stone for our charity. Are you interested?
I'll pass, man. I've
really?
seen...
I mean, no. I mean, I think you can get it for a good deal. Hometown discount. If you're interested.
Hey, Pete. I know you did a Twitter post on.
Andy says, have Lawton run to the store and get a strainer. Ugh, no. No changes on GEV, right, Gareth? GEV, same strategy, same target. 6. Okay, yeah, same plan for that. Same plan on GEV. No problem. Yep. Yeah, I don't know what that means, to be honest. Not sure what that means, Michael. I don't know anything about kidney stones, so I couldn't tell you. I'll pass, pun intended. Jack says, what's the longest H has been in a day trade? Who's H? What does that mean? Who's H? Or what's H?
Well, G and H are pretty close on the keyboard together, so you probably just hit the wrong key. It probably means G.
I'm not sure. I've only been like a big listener tuning into the LDTR for the past since basically I think October, like Q4 of last year was when I first started listening to the live day trading room, so I couldn't tell you exactly. Yeah, H is next to G. I see that, so I'm not sure because there's tons of years before. So.
Well, things have kind of slowed down now, but look at Nvidia here coming in.
Yep, all the markets are kind of coming in a little bit. Yeah, those were for a while, but I'm not sure if that's the longest. I mean, Gareth had this trading room for like a couple of years before I was at the company, right? I think the live day trading room he had for. Okay, Ben's not here. No one's around me. I'm trying to ask everyone Nobody's around me. I looked around. I'm not even supposed to be on right now. Do you guys know that? I'm not even scheduled to be on right now. But I'm here because I want to be.
You're hanging out.
How long have you had the live day trading room for? 2007. Okay. So, needless to say, longer than I've been here. Right. So, 2007. Lauren says I joined 11 years ago. It had been around a while longer than I joined. Yeah, 2007. So like 8 years before you joined, I guess. But anyways, guys, for those of you joining us on YouTube, thank you so much for being part of the live day trading room. We really appreciate it here at Verify Investing. If you like what you saw, come join us. We do this every single day, and we got some good trades. Hopefully, you made some money. So make sure to give us a like, subscribe to us on YouTube, and we'll see you later. For the rest of you guys in the live day trading room, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here for the next 20 minutes or so before earnings comes out. So
Yeah, and after the earnings trader, you guys can join us live. I mean, after the end of this, you guys can all join us live for the earnings trader. So that'll be a lot of fun. You guys should join us.
There's Ben. All right, there you go.
Well, Lawrence has been here for 11 years. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
I've been here for 3, and I thought I've been here a long time.